Welcome back, guitar players. Today we're going to be doing the big job of moving our scale patterns to all 12 keys. This is probably the lesson a lot of you guys have been looking for, and this is going to unlock the neck. You're going to be able to play every single major scale in every single position on the neck. I'm going to show you how to practice it, and this is going to be the information that you're going to need to understand all the modes in every single location as well. For those of you wondering about the modes in minor scales, like I've mentioned before, C Ionian or C major is D Dorian, which is E Phrygian, which is F Lydian, which is G Mixolydian. So if I play a phrase in C major, that is G7 G Mixolydian if that chord is being played. More on that to come, but let's just talk about a few of the prerequisites that we need to understand this lesson. Number one, we need to understand and know the chromatic scale. That's the musical alphabet. So that's going to be C, C sharp or D flat, D, D sharp or E flat, E, F, F sharp or G flat, G, G sharp or A flat, A sharp or B flat, B, and then back to C. So just be able to recite that verbally, or to be able to write it out, or to be able to play it on the guitar. All right? Skill number two is we need to be able to take that and we need to move it cycle 4. I showed you this before, but this is going to be taking, for example, on the low E string, so C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, F sharp, B, E, A, D, and then back to G, okay? And then we're also going to have to do that on the A string, so C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, F sharp, B, E, A, D, G. Okay? And so we have our chromatic scale. We're able to take our chromatic scale and we're able to put it to cycle 4. And that's going to allow us to, like I've showed you before, be able to find our notes on the neck really quickly. Okay? So chromatic scale, cycle 4, be able to say that really quickly. C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, F sharp, B, E, A, D, and G. Then after we have that, we need to understand the construction of a major scale. So simply if I start on C, which is the first fret on the B string, and of course I could use any C on the neck if I wanted to, okay? But I'm just going to start there because it's the first fret, right? So I'm going to go whole step to D, whole step to E, half step to F, whole step to G, whole step to A, whole step to B, half step back to C. Whole, half, whole, half. That is going to be the basically the formula for the major scale all over the neck, okay? So no matter what we're doing, if I'm playing a F sharp major scale in this location, that's essentially what I'm doing is I'm playing the whole half in that location. Remember, the guitar is not only a self-transposing instrument, which means if I play something here, I can play it up to different keys. That's a G major chord, that's an A flat major chord, that's an A major chord. But we can play the same thing in multiple locations. So we have these difficulties that we're working with right now. Okay? Still with me? Great. The next skill was the 7 positions of the major scale, which is here on your screen right now. And notice on this diagram, I have a R circled, okay? So this is going to be the root of whatever scale you're playing, okay? So pattern 1 for C major starts on C on the low E string at the 8th fret. So I'm playing that right there, okay? So that's going to give me C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, okay? Going to pattern 2, you'll notice that the root, the circled R, is on the D string on the 10th fret. And it would have to be that way if I'm going D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Right? So I'll play that again. D, E, F, G, A, B, C. That's why the root is there. Are there other C's in that pattern? Yes, there's one right there. But the root is going to be the lowest available root of the parent key, okay? Same thing would happen here. Notice what happens in pattern 3. E, F, G, A, B, C. That's why the pinky is going to be C or root, okay? So E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Then we move on to pattern 4, starting on F, F, G, A, B, C. That's why the R is on the A string on the 3rd fret. So F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. On the 5th pattern, I'm starting on G, so G, A, B, C, okay? Notice it's the same location as pattern 4. Some of these overlap. G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Great. Moving on to A, starting on pattern 6, A, B, C. There's our root in that pattern, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And finally, for pattern 7, I have B, C. That's why the root is there. B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. Now, in any of these patterns that I wrote out, I could have put the little R in every location. B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. But for the purposes of practicing the scales, we're just going to be focusing on the lowest available tone. Okay, so we have all 7 patterns memorized in the key of C, and then what I asked you guys to do is to be able to play them in eighth notes, in sixteenths, and triplets. So the way that looked, I have my metronome on here, and what I'm going to do, I have it set to 80, I guess, right now. I could have started with pattern 1, with eighth notes. And you're looking for consistency, rhythmic accuracy. Triplets? Triplet, 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 triplet. Triplet, 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 triplet. Okay, and 16ths are going to be 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E. Okay, now I could have started with pattern 4 there, pattern 1 there. But in the exercise from a couple days ago, I started at the lowest available position. And we're going to do this for every key that we practice. And the reason is because we want the range of the instrument. If I'm always starting on pattern 1, then when I'm improvising or when I'm coming up with melodies, I'm always going to go to pattern 1. One of the reasons that we're doing these exercises is so that we're free to play all over the neck in every single key. We don't have a favorite pattern. We don't have a place that we're always going to. We don't have our basic ideas that we're always playing with. We feel comfortable everywhere, okay? And so I started off on pattern 4, and then you will do those eighth notes, triplets, and sixteenths there. But right here, you'll notice that I'm doing the W pattern, I call it. And what I'm doing is I'm going up one pattern and down the other, just to see if I can connect them. Okay? So that would be for the key of C major, okay? Next, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be moving this to all the other keys. This is where the magic happens, okay? So you're going to be paying attention to those little circled R's on the diagram that you see, okay? So when I'm in the key of C and I'm playing pattern 1, I'm going to start on the note C. So let's do the rest of the 12 keys. Here's the key of F because I started on the note F, okay? This is why we need to not only know where the notes are on the neck, but we need to be able to do it quickly. Remember, everything has to be done quickly. All these little steps are actually, calculated in a player's brain very quickly. When I know where the E-flat major scale is really fast, and I think of it that way, I'm making all the same connections that you would. It's just I'm doing it faster. And that's what we practice. Remember, your goal when you're practicing at home is to take something that takes you this long and make it take you this long. And then by tomorrow, you want it to take you this long. And the next day, you want it to take you this long. What you're doing is you're chunking this information. You're trying to make it take as little time as possible. That way, if I need all my F major chords, I can do it that way. If I want a F major 7 in first inversion, or if I want a, let's see, what would be something really interesting here? I don't know. I'll do that Lydian voicing of B. That's a root, my 5th, my 13, my 9, my sharp 11, my major 7. I'm putting these things together in the same process that you would. It's just I'm doing it very quickly because I know where those things are located. Play a D flat on the G string, boom. Play a F sharp on the B string, boom. Play a, G flat on the A string. There it is. So being able to do these things really quickly is how we learn songs really quickly. That should make sense. A lot of students don't get this. If you are able to find everything really quickly, then you are able to play songs quickly and learn them very quickly. This is the basic secret for all professional musicians. We don't have something you don't. We just have everything found. We have everything located, right? I need a F sharp minor 7 flat 5 and third inversion. There you go. Right? So I need these things to be fast. So when we're practicing, that's what we're doing. And if all you do is learn songs, two things happen. Number one, everything is brand new all the time. And so every song is this brand new adventure where you have to go out and find everything. And that makes it take forever to learn a song. And number two, you never actually get the nuts and bolts down, right? If you never have a song with the C major, or if you never practice the C major 7 chord, when you play something like, Under the Bridge, where it goes, It has that chord right there. A lot of students, it's like this light bulb moment. They don't realize that this and this are the same thing. But if you practice it, cycle 4, C major 7, F major 7, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, F sharp, B, then E, then A, then D, then G. If you practice it like that, any one of those 12 is going to be accessible to you at all times. And that's the goal. Because you're not always going to just play a major 7 here. You might need one here. And I've seen students over the years that they are like, their mind is just blown when they're like, wait a minute, I already know this. So, food for thought. Okay, so back to taking each pattern and moving it around. Okay, so we did C major, pattern 1, starting on the root. We have that. Then we took F major. Then we're going to go to B flat major. Then E flat major. Okay, and then we're going to go to A flat major. D flat major. Okay, F sharp major. Then we're going to go to B major. Then we're going to go to E major. I could play this open right here, right? Or I could have done it up here. And then A major is right here. Then D major is right here. Remember, I'm using cycle 4 and my note recognition to be able to find these. And here's G major. So you already have, if you can do this, you have all 12 major keys, all 12 Dorians, all 12 Phrygians, all 12 Lydians, all 12 Mixolydians, all 12 Aeolians, and all 12 Locrians. All you would have to do is say, if I want A Dorian, for example, A Dorian is just a G major scale. So if I know how to play a G major scale right there, I can play A Dorian. Is it your preferred place to play A Dorian? Probably not, but it still gives you the right notes, and that's the point. Okay, so we did all of our pattern 1s. Let's go through our pattern 2s. So pattern 2 is going to start on the second note of every major scale. So pattern 2 is C major, starts on D. That's the second note. Okay, pattern 2 of F major starts on G, because that's the second note. Pattern 2 of B flat starts on C, because it's the second note. Pattern 2 of E flat starts on F, because that's the second note. Pattern 2 of A flat starts on B flat, because that's the second note. Okay, pattern 2 of D flat starts on E flat, because that's the second note. All right, pattern, where am I? So that was D flat. Now I'm going to F sharp. Pattern 2 of F sharp starts on G sharp, because that's the second note. Pattern 2 of B starts on C sharp, because that's the second note. Pattern 2 of E major starts on F sharp, because that's the second note. Pattern 2 of A starts on B, because that's the second note. Pattern 2 of D starts on E, because that's the second note. And pattern 2 of the key of G starts on A, because that's the second note. See how easy that is? Now let's try it with pattern 3. Remember in pattern 3, I went E, F, G, A, B, C. You notice on the diagram there that the circled R is on the pinky, okay? And so all I have to do is use my note recognition to find the roots on the A string. So if I need a C major scale, I could have done it here, or here, right? Like we just did, okay? So when I move to F, I'm looking for an F on the A string. So that would put me in this position, right? And here's my F major scale. Okay, now if I want it in the key of B flat, find a B flat with a pinky, here's B flat pattern 3. I want it in the key of E flat, find an E flat there, here's my E flat pattern 3. I want it in A flat, found an A flat, here we go, here's A flat in this location. I want D flat major, right here. Now I want F sharp major, here's an F sharp, 9th fret of the A string. Now I want B, I'm going to use it up here. I couldn't have done that down low because I don't have a negative 1st fret, right? All right, I want E, because E's on the 7th fret of the A string. Now I want A. Now D. And finally a G. So a good way to practice this is to see if you can go through it. Remember, it's the connection. It's the latency, the time it takes you to process the information. So when you're practicing it, it's not simply, can I play through the thing? It's, can I do it without a gap in my thinking? So C major pattern 3. Here's F major pattern 3. Here's B flat major pattern 3. Here's E flat major pattern 3. Here's A flat major pattern 3. See how it's not taking me extra time to think. I'm just going there. That's what you're practicing. See, a lot of guitar players think if I can play it, I know it. That is not true at all. Not true at all. I learned Cliffs of Dover when I was 16 years old. It took me 3 months, but I did it. That was actually my audition piece when I went to Berklee. And I didn't realize till I finished learning the song that it was just G major all over the neck. That's it. If I would have just learned my G major scales in every single position on the neck, I never would have taken me 3 months to learn the song. But that's what you get. All right, so now we're going to move on to pattern 4, which would start on the note F. So that's the 4th scale degree, C, D, E, F. So it would start there. You can also use a chord like this to locate it. I know a lot of you guys know that bar chord. So if I wanted to find that for the key of F, for example, I'd locate that F chord, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, and I'd be right there. So let's do that for all of these. So here's my pattern 4 for the key of C. Here's my pattern 4 for the key of F. Here's my pattern 4 for the key of B flat. Here's my pattern 4 for the key of E flat. Here's my pattern 4 for the key of A flat. Here's my pattern 4 for the key of D flat. Here's my pattern 4 for the key of F sharp. Here it is for the key of B. You could do that open as well if you like. Here's the one for E major. Here's the one for A major. And then we have D major. And G major. And then we'd have all of our pattern 4s, okay? And then if I want to move on to pattern 5, so pattern 5 in the key is C, C, D, E, F, G, right? Starting on G, 5, 6, 7, 1. Okay, so I'd be right there. You could also use that chord to do that if you like. So pattern 5 for the key is C. Then I'd have to move to the pattern 5 of the key of F, which would start on C. Pattern 5 for the key of B flat would be starting on F. Pattern 5 the key of E flat would be starting on B flat. Right? Pattern 5 for the key of A flat would be starting on E flat. Okay? Then D flat would be here. F sharp would be here. B major would be here. E major would be here. A major would be here, but I could do that open if I like. Here's D major. And finally, G major would be pattern here. Okay? So now, here's an easy one, pattern 6. All you have to do for pattern 6 is take your pinky and find the key you want. That's it, on the low E string. So here's a C note on the low E string. So 6, 7, 1, right? So that's pattern 6. 6, 7, 1, or A, B, C. Here we go. Pattern 6 on the low E string for C. Next is F. Find an F with my pinky. Low E string, right? B flat. Find a B flat. Here's my E flat. Then we have A flat would be here. D flat would be here. F sharp would be here. B would be here. E would be here. A would be here. D would be here. And G would be here. I could also play that one open. Okay, we're getting so close to being done. We have one more pattern to do. It's pattern 7, 7, 1, or B, C. So all I have to do is use my middle finger on the low E string to find my root. So here's the key of C major. Here's the key of F major. I could play this one open as well. Here's the key of B flat major. Here's the key of E flat major. Here's the key of A flat major. The key of D flat major. The key of F sharp major. The key of B major. The key of E major. The key of A major. Key of D major. And finally the key of G major. Congratulations, you've just played all 84 patterns in the major scale and every single location of all 588 patterns of all the modes. We will get to that in a future lesson, I promise. Trust me, it works out. It's fantastic. Just to give you a little insight of that, if I wanted, let's do something interesting like, I don't know, A sharp Phrygian, which is the third mode of the key of F sharp. All I have to do is think of an F sharp major scale, and I just go to A sharp. That's the first pattern of that. But I also could do, for example, pattern 1 of F sharp major, which would give me pattern 6 of A sharp Phrygian. So we'll talk about that later, so don't get yourself too worked up about that. All right, so a couple of things that I want you to do to be able to have a proficiency check for this lesson. First thing is, can you recite your major scales verbally or write them out in less than 90 seconds? This is something that I teach my Intro to Music Theory class, the college I teach at. This is how you actually pass that class. You have 90 seconds and you have to verbally recite all of these scales in 90 seconds, okay? So this is how it goes. C major, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. F major, F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E. B flat major, B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat. E flat major, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D. A flat major, A flat, B flat, C, D flat, E flat, F, G, A flat. D flat major, D flat, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B flat, C. F sharp major, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp. Going to B major, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B. E major, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp. Going to A major, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp. D major is D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp. And finally, G major is G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. That means any mode from any one of those major scales you could actually say. How do you say the E Aeolian scale? Just say a G major scale starting on E. E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D. Boom, you're done, okay? So less than 90 seconds. See if you can work on that for this week. And the next is going to be the proficiency check that we use at the end of every semester. And this is going to be play blank key from blank mode. You see it on the chart there, and it goes like this. I need pattern 6 of B flat major, and just be able to go there. I need pattern 2 of F sharp major. Just be able to go there. I need pattern 7 of D flat. Just be able to go there. So you have 84 possibilities. Maybe you have a friend or somebody that can work on these with you as kind of like you can go back and forth and have a little game and see if you can locate those things quickly. Okay? And then also be able to play any key all over the neck, all patterns together. So if I were to do F major, I'm going to take all of those patterns of F major and I'm going to connect them, okay? And go up the scale the same way I did that W pattern. All right, so these are the skills that we're going to be putting together. Just remember, if you can play all of your major scales in every location on the neck freely without a mistake, you're well on your way to understanding the neck and learning songs very quickly. So I appreciate all of you for taking the time. I know this lesson format is a little bit longer, but if you have questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. And please, if you're enjoying this content, if this is helping you out, please subscribe, please like, please share these videos. We're going to be growing the channel and hopefully making a lot more content for you. All right, so just remember, if you get stuck, just go slower. You all can do this, I promise you. All right, have a great day. Peace.